Repulse monkeys, hanging from the string, sending it to the back hip. From the heel to the ball, turns the hip to the corner. Here they're square. Going from the heel to the ball, opens the hips to the corner. 45 degrees. Watching that the front knee does not travel with it. So you maintain 45 degrees not only between the feet, but between the knees as well. So square. From the heel to the ball, hips to the corner. That is driving the arms. Keeping the elbow pointing to the ground. So we want to avoid a flaring of the elbow. Creates tension here, creates a vulnerability here. Squaring to turning, so when we go from square to 45, the corner, that drives the left hip forward, driving the left elbow and left arm forward. Squaring to turning drives this arm out. I will say out rather than back, so we avoid this articulation here, just as in brush knee. And every other move, we're moving the arm. We don't want to bring it back. It's just the hip that is turning, not moving the arm back. So, from square, go to the flat foot, or from the heel rather to the ball. It's just my hip turning. My arm has not come out of integration with the body. Make sure that right knee is well bent when you're turning. Square on the heel, nice and open. You don't want to be condensed or closed, so this should not be touching the belly. Shoulder joints are open. This is collapsed. From the heel to the ball, hip turn completely drives the arms. Make the largest possible arc rather than coming back and up. The hand travels the largest possible arc to finish just outside, just to the side of the shoulder. Largest possible arc. Also work on equalness between both arms. The hips drive both arms equally. Mechanically, they're connected by gears equally. Even though one arm seems to travel more distance than the other, they're equally driven by the hips. Notice the shoulders, continue hanging from the string, shoulders sitting, belly released. Both elbows pointing towards the ground. Shoulders sitting. Half step back. Dropping the left heel 45 degrees. Swivels the hips over to the other corner. That draws the front arm back and down, and the back arm forward. Coming from that hip turn to the corner. Squaring the hips, straightens the front foot, and extends both arms. Sit into that back hip. Square, opening, elbows pointing towards the ground. Arm is not going back, it's sent forward and out. Largest possible arc. Keeping that left knee bent, elbows pointing towards the ground. half step back, dropping that right heel, brings the hips to the opposite corner, right corner, drawing the arms with that hip turn. Squaring the hips, drive the back arm down, front arm forward. Square to open. As you step, the arms continue to drive away from each other. The elbows slide away from each other. So the arms are not stationary at any point in any of the moves. Arms are never completely stationary. The motivating factor for the arms in this position is the stepping back. So as you step back, that continues to drive the elbows away from each other. So the arms are gently still moving, drifting away from each other as you step back. Try to avoid any coming up with the shoulder and the straightening of the elbows. So stepping back, arms continue to drive away from each other. Shifting back, turning the hips, draws the arms, squaring the hips, drives the arms. Opening the hips, come up on the ball of the foot, driving the arms. As you step back, the arms continue to drive away from each other. Let the shoulder joints open. Dropping the heel, opens the hip to the corner, squaring, straightens the front foot. Square, opening, elbows pointing towards the ground, shoulders sitting, still hanging from the string. As you step back, arms continue to flow away from each other. Squaring, opening, driving the front heel up. Arms continue to flow away from each other as you step. Sit into the back hip. Sit into the back hip. Largest possible arc. Arms continue to flow away from each other as you step back.